Hello, it's Ethan here, and today I'll be reading the 7th chapter of The Flower for Algernon. Progress Report 7, March 11. The operation didn't hurt. Dr. Strasus did it while I was sleeping. I don't know how because I didn't see, but there was a band guide on my eyes and my head for 3 days, so I couldn't make no progress report till today. A skinny nurse who watched me writing said I spelled progress wrong, and he told me how to spell it, and report to and March. I got to remember that. I have a very bad memory of spelling. Anyway, they took off the band guides for my eyes today, so I can write a progress report now. But there is still some band guides on my head. I was scared when they came in and told me it was time to go for the operation. They made me get out the bed and on another bed that has wheels on it, and they rolled me out of the room and down the hall to the door that says surgery. Boy, I was surprised that it was a big room with green walls and lots of doctors sitting around up high all around the room watching the operation. I didn't know it was going to be like a show. A man came up to the table, all in white and with a white clothes on his face like in TV shows, and rubber gloves, and he said, "Relax, Charlie, it's me, Dr. Strasus." I said, "Hi, doctor, I'm scared." He said, "There's nothing to be scared about, Charlie." He said, "You'll just go to sleep." I said, "That's what I'm scared of." He patted my head, and then two other men wearing white masks too came and strapped my arm and leg down so I couldn't move them. And that made me very scared, and my stomach felt tight, like I was going to make all over. But I didn't, only wet a little, and I was going to cry, but they put a rubber thing on my face for me to breathe in, and it smelled funny. All the time I heard Dr. Strasus talking out loud about the operation, telling everybody what he was gonna do. But I didn't understand anything about it, and I was thinking maybe after the operation I'll be smart and I'll understand all the things he's talking about. So I breathed deep, and I guess I was very tired because I went to sleep. When I waked up, I was back in my bed, and it was very dark. I couldn't see anything, but I heard something talking. It was the nurse and Bert, and I said, "What's the matter? Why don't you put on the light when they are gonna operate?" And they laughed, and Bert said, "Charlie, it's all over, and it's dark because you've got band guides on your eyes." It's a funny thing. They did it while I was sleeping. Bert comes in to see me every day to write down all the things like my temperature and my blood pressure and the other things about me. They said it's on count for the scientific method. They got to keep record about what happens so they can do it again because when they want to. Not to me, but to the other people like me who ain't smart. That's why I got to do this progress report. But Bert says it's part of the experiment, and they will make full tests of the report to study them, so they will know what is going on in my mind. I don't see how they will know what's going on in my mind, but looking at these reports, I read them over and over a lot of times to see what I wrote, and I don't know what's going on in my mind, so how they're going to. But anyway, that's science, and I got to try to be smart, like other people. Then, when I'm smart, they'll talk to me, and I can sit with them and listen like Joe Carp and Frank and Gimpy do what when they talk, and have a discussion about important things. While others working, they start talking about the things like about God or about the trouble with all the money the president is spending on, about the the Republicans and Democrats, and they get all excited like they're gonna to have a fight. So Dr. Dona got to come in and tell them to get back to baking, or they'll all get canned, union or no union. I want to talk about things like that. If you're smart, you can have a lot of friends to talk to, and you never get lonely by yourself all the time. Professor Neymar says it's okay to tell about all the things that happens to me in the progress report, but he said you should write more about what I feel and what I think and remember about the past. I told him I don't know how to think or remember, and he said just try. All the time the band guys were on my eyes, I tried to think and remember, but nothing happened. I don't know what to think or remember about. Maybe if I ask him, he'll tell me how I can think. Now that I'm supposed to get smart. What do smart people think about or remember? Fancy things, I bet. I wish I knew some fancy things already. Thank you for watching.